Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. I am VS Speaks Royally. I am not in the mood for foolishness today because Amazon has screwed over the ones that pre-ordered that book 2 months ago. Okay, I had to get that out of my system. I wanted my book today, and it's not supposed to show up until tomorrow, maybe 10 p.m. I'm heated. I already tweeted them. They've responded. Yeah, I'm mad. But I'm going to go on with life. I was hoping to hold the book in my hand and be able to talk about it. There's a lot going on. I'm going to stay out of Twitter because a lot more is being shared from the book as people are getting their books. And woosah. I don't want to see. I want to read. I mean, I can listen. There's different places you can get it. Spotify dropped, and said, hey, if you want spare, it's here. You just have to pay like, you would for, I guess, Audible and what's the other one? Kindle. Yeah, okay. Anyway, welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday. One of the rotas was, we had a whole podcast prior to it actually going live. We were chatting it up in conversation here, and some of the squatties have their books. Some aren't going to divulge. Some have threatened. If anyone does, they're not listening. So I just want to say I love you all. If you're able to listen, if you're able to read, if you're able to do all those things, lucky you. Have mercy on the rest of us. Okay. All right. Hello to everybody that I see. Kuja is telling how she's feeling too. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me just get over here because I have to do my usual. Let me just. Oh yeah. We had a whole conversation. Nobody's going to be bad. So copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay. Now, spare. These outlets that were to release this book, whether it was audio or the hard copy, have known for months now and could see the number of orders. Have your ish together. And for the publisher, you better have had everything to the right and appropriate space. Because these books should be all hitting our doorsteps today. Now, I saw Squatty, and that was a smart move. Says that they're going to a bookstore, B&N, and they're going to get it there and then cancel out from Amazon.
And I thought of doing that, but I'm going to hold off. Okay. I may cancel one of the books. I was getting a second book to do a giveaway, but I'm like, everybody will have it by the time I get the damn thing. So why am I worried? Why am I going to do a giveaway? So I think I'm going to cancel one of the two, or, whatever. Anyway, spare. I'm going to share some stuff. Not really. It's pertaining to what has already been discussed in the interviews. So hopefully everybody has seen the 3 of the 4 interviews that Harry has done that we know about. Pre today, the 60 Minutes, the one on ITV, I have not seen. And then the one on Good Morning America, I did see. And I just have to howl at, the British royal family, their henchmen, lawyers, and then the media, thinking that they could demand a copy of the full interviews from both of the U.S. outlets. Because, yeah, they were told to kick rocks. Woo! All right. Let me see what's on the screenshot, because I have stuff. I had it in order, but I'm so messed up that I won't get my book. Anyway. So, this is when Anderson Cooper. Now you've seen the interview, so you already know, hopefully. If not, then you may not want to listen to the rest of this. I thought it was very telling in this, which is why I have this particular screenshot, when Harry, your brother, who's about 3 years younger than you, shows up at the same school. And I know older siblings do this a lot, but he basically was like, pretend I don't exist. Oh, thank you, Space, for being such a kind and loving person. Now, we're supposed to believe that, over the years they've shown, how close the brothers are, but it was Meghan that broke them up. No, they haven't been close for a long, long time. Hence why Harry went off to the service, going into South Africa when he went, meeting Prince. I always get his name wrong. Lord, what is his name? I want to say Lesotho, but I don't think that's it. But with Bali, you know who I'm talking about. That those trips, the one that because Harry was young at the time. I guess he was going through his phase of pot and other things to ease the grief. I had said on Twitter, those who have lost their moms will understand this. That grief is unexplainable. It's hard to explain to anyone who hasn't lost their mom what that feels like. Your entire world shifts. It shifts. So I was much older than Harry. Let's just say that my world shifted. So I can't imagine being a young kid, being close and having a lover, and then he's not there. First of all, Charles, you didn't need to wake them to tell them that. That used to drive me bonkers when somebody in the family would pass and my mom call, and don't call me in the middle of the night. Nothing is going to change. Like, I'm sad to hear the news, but like, oh, she's up now. It's AM. I can call and give her the news. Because it's not going to change. I wanted my sleep when I was younger. Don't mess with me with that. But you get what I'm saying? Don't rock their world. And the fact that he remembered how their hands, like the people standing outside, their hands were wet from wiping their tears. It was just the little tidbits that you remember of that moment in time for him. So 60 Minutes had a huge viewing. Some people probably that are in the chat and in the clouds, you may not have watched, but go ahead and watch. Don't worry about it. Nobody will know. But it's pretty cool to see that he had big ratings. Now, why they have ITV, I didn't even read. I just was like, that's not Anderson Cooper, number one. But I was like, oh, okay. Here we go, Variety. Now, I feel Variety is a tabloid just like the rest, but okay. But I do see underneath they're saying how it beat the ratings, et cetera, even in the UK. I thought y'all weren't watching that over there. Okay. We do have this interview tonight for Stephen Colbert. My DVR is set because, I might be up. I don't know. But of course, if he has Harry on at closer to 12, I'm going to be mad. Okay. But I like how Stephen's really out there tweet. This week we have, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. I'm like, oh yeah, you're happy. Someone had this out on Twitter when I was out there real quickly this morning before I realized I'm going to have to stay off because y'all are sharing a little too much. But there he is, New York, waving at the crowd. Notice the footwear, not suede shoes. Okay. I'll let you. See? Not. Little details. Oh, go run out, get your People magazine. I'll get the People magazine quicker than I could get the damn book that I ordered 2 months ago. Okay. I had to laugh at this because I got an alert from Google. I'm like, really? Y'all are taunting me? Y'all really want to taunt me? Yes, I know this book is out today, but this is major because of all things, other people release books all the time. Here comes a reminder about Prince Harry. Thank you so very much. Woo, crazy. All right, now before I get into what is your favorite time of most of my live streams, I am going to just go back up here real quickly and jump into comments. I see a whole bunch of comments. Let me see. Traditionally, no offense to British squatties, but wanting 2 boys to comfort the British people when it was their mother that died is insane. Well, even having them do the walkabout, no, let them grieve. I think we would have understood more. You can bring the adults out, but come on now. Yeah. And Diane, 302 people watch Earth Shot. Yeah. You like that figure. She's like, anytime something, she's gonna bring that up. Yeah. Diane, Harry is already in New York. Hope he brought the whole family in safe from floods. Yeah. Speaking of which, we just have to keep our prayers. I have seen some snarky comments yesterday, and I was like, what the heck are they talking about? Just basically hoping that, Harry and Meghan's home was flooded out and they couldn't go back. And I'm like, what kind of bull is that to say? And then I realized what was happening, and thanks, Max V. He had sent something, but because it was TMZ, I was refusing to even watch it or read it because I was like, I don't know. We're not doing this. Not with Harry and Meghan. I don't want to see anything from a tabloid, but it was just basically saying how with the flooding. And then I saw Ellen's video, which was quite dramatic. But as she said, those that were higher up aren't in as much danger, but it was kind of wild to know that on the 5th anniversary of the last time that occurred. So Mother Nature, as she said, is not pleased. Okay, now I'm going to move back into this. But I do pray that all are okay and those that are affected will be able to recover and there are no deaths behind it. Gwendolyn, Kizor, my daughter checked it in this morning. She was laughing at me, told me to be patient. Oh, let me tell you something. None of us are patient. We've been waiting on this thing. What are you talking about? We've been waiting on our books. Woo. Diane, whole new Christmas clothes outfit for Harry's book tour. Love it. Okay. Head to toe. Nice and comfy, as he should be. He can wear his suits when it's like some official engagement, but he gets to be comfortable now and not worry about folks. Well, he don't give a dang if they're saying something about him anyway. Marjorie, these events were so sad for Harry. Happy he is happy. Although the derangers keep saying he is kidnapped. Okay. So why not call the different security agents to rescue him? Most of us would want to be kidnapped, held hostage in the manner that Harry is. He's in love with his wife, happy, life is good, has a job, not only has his book, which for those that didn't know, he is donating proceeds. So get over the fact, even if he wasn't, I hate that he's given to UK charities, but that's a whole nother life. That's just my opinion. My opinion. So let me see with Church Nelly. Already bought people yesterday when I picked up my book from Barth. Oh, so you did go to BNN. That's how you got the book. Okay, I got you. I need to come down your way because I'm sure the ones up here are like, yeah, Crazyville. Black Queen, Joan Garcia. Can you imagine how bad and sad it is that Harry wanted to stay in a war zone rather than around his horrid family? Yeah, well, we were picking up on things because it was like, he's rarely home. Like, if he comes in for an engagement, now that we know how tiny Knockout was, we kind of get it. And they really didn't deal with him unless it was at an official event. And I can only imagine the car ride was probably silence until they get out. And then it's smiles on. Let's do what we got to do. So performative. Okay. Diane, the Diana coffin walk was to keep folk from booing Charles. He's a sorry piece of work. Yeah. And his father, Philip. Philip wasn't all like that beloved, but I'm just gonna leave that alone. Valerie, the walkabout was done to save the monarchy. Yeah. Marjorie, my book is on its way to me in Jamaica. My book is on its way to me in North Carolina. Although for tomorrow, but okay. Church Nelly. Joan, you and Annie rubbed your damn retirement in my face, so back at you. Ooh, listen to you. You're a meanie today. Oh, my. Black Queen, yes, they were gleeing about the flood and mudslide. Crazy people. Yeah, they just... You'll see shortly. There's even people, how people buy things out of hate and then they burn or shred or do stuff. I'm like, what are you all nuts? But thanks for the donation. I'm sure the charities will appreciate it. But they need to step up. But anyway, okay. Let me not get on my rant and rage. Hey, Max. Diane, one thing about it, if oh Lord, Mason, Montecito floods. We got insurance over here and we can rebuild. Higher up property owners told to secure in place and not leave. Exactly. And that's why Ellen was doing her video. But that water was a little scary behind her, which I'm glad she kept looking and checking, because water is not one to play with. You think you can, but water has much more power, especially when it's moving in that rate. So, Church Nelly. Church Nelly, behave yourself. Don't be over there gloating. Hush. Shh. Yes, they probably will always swing from the chandeliers, and I love it for them. Okay. Janice, some of the UK people are not part of it. Well, I know not all of you, but most of you over there. Yeah, I know. Yes, hey, one busy mama. I want to laugh because when I saw this, Allie, hey, Bethany, I thought of that Bethany at first, and I had to look at the spelling. I was like, ooh, don't tell me that one is in my chat, because yeah, I probably would get demonetized today. Okay. Diane, somebody should ask the press girls who wrote Royal book flops what they donated proceeds to. Well, a lot of people are saying, did you ask? Well, I think I even asked somebody, did you ask what Charles did with the proceeds from his book? Because he wrote a book and he was scathing to his parents. how unloving they were and all this. But Harry's the one that y'all are so upset over. Mm-hmm. I guess they'll just buy Andrews by the droves if he writes one. Let me get away from that subject too. Cookies and cream. I just checked Amazon again to be sure. My book has been shipped and is scheduled for delivery today. Lucky you. Lucky you. I probably would. Well, y'all know what I did when I was waiting on the bench and like peeking, and I happened to see the van pull up, and I like took a picture out of my window. That was hilarious. I even had to laugh at myself. Bonnie, the book dispatched already from Waterstones. Is that in the UK? Arriving tomorrow. I think I've seen that book name, that store name, I think, or outlet before. The UK charities he's given to have supported Harry, it's okay to give them. Well, if it is, what it was that Forces News that's on Twitter and was cutting up showing, because they took an excerpt and then ran with it, their narrative. But, there's so many dots to connect that all lead back to BP, KP, CH, which are the names of their palaces. Though most of us know. So, Faith, I'm so not feeling Amazon today. Yeah, you're not the only one. There's lots of us. Now, I know if I had downloaded or wanted the Audible, and on a lot of people, we done broke the damn interwebs and the apps. They're not able to, they were having technical difficulties, what they've been telling people that are calling to complain. They better fix those technical difficulties. They don't know us like, we've been waiting on this. Come on now. Angel, he's donating 1.3 to Centabali and 300,000 to Well Child. And I hope he keeps, as people are reporting, 100 million up. Come on now. Oh, by the way, never mind. I'm not going to say it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Tina and Michelle were right all along. And I need them to come on out. Come on out, y'all. Sussex Squad Podcast. We need ya. Let me see. Okay. Oh yeah, use your hashtags. Make sure you are, talking. Even if you're waiting on the book, just, we're pressed here. I know I am. So hello to everyone who has joined, hearing me babble on. But okay, let me go back, and I'm just going to press this and get right into it. It's your favorite time. Trash time. Trash time. Trash time. Okay, so since we've heard a lot about William the Conqueror, I had to do a little Google because I was like, well, okay. The reason why is, he calls Harry Harold. Got that understanding. Now, first of all, William the Conqueror was born in France and even died in France, but was an English king. Somebody needs to explain that to me, especially with Brexit. Okay. Mm-hmm. But William the Conqueror was also known as William the Bastard. I like that one better. So that's what space, when I feel like it, he'll be called William the Bastard. W-I-B. How about that? Okay. Wib. Space will be Wib. Because he is a... Okay. I had to get that out. Now, just remember, this screenshot will be up and down real quick. But it's just one of those, when the people are able to talk about his shenanigans with roses and thorns and everything else. Yeah, that's what all of this other backlash now. Okay. So if you haven't seen the screenshot of the text messages, because released by BP to offhead the whole Meghan, Kate made Meghan cry, which Harry has confirmed. You're going to see him shortly, but all over a dress. So I tweeted out earlier that anyone who has planned a wedding, alterations is part of wedding attire. That's just what happens. It's rare that somebody, whether they buy off the rack or something's being specially made, alterations do happen. Now, you step into a bride and then demanding that a bride has a dress remade, yeah, you're going to get told off. Now, from what I read, you weren't told off. You were just told that the person is waiting to alter the dresses that are brought to the person. But I guess that was too good. What Megan didn't. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, Duchess of what was she? Cambridge. I'm sorry, Mom. I must do this or this and this. But a very sharp squatty noticed something about those text messages. And so I'm going to get to that. So we know that, this whole thing, it was over a damn dress, and you're claiming your 3-year-old daughter was so upset. Your 3-year-old daughter was so upset that her dress didn't fit right. Okay. So this was the big article that, again, they're still talking to a publication that Megan successfully sued for privacy, but you released some text messages too. Did you release all of them? And did you release the real stuff? Okay, so, this is the text messages were released, or what is supposed to be, or alleged text messages, to show that Megan snapped and was all of this, I guess Megan didn't say, oh, I'm sorry, let me handle that right now. Not that I'm not dealing with my father and that. Okay. So let's see if everyone else picks up on what is something Americans would not say. Okay. So allegedly, Kate sends a text message. Charlotte's dress is too big, too long, too baggy. She cried when she tried it on I guess it's supposed to be at home. Mm-hmm. And so a response from Megan. See, even Kuja knows that's some BS. Okay. Response from Megan. Right. And I told you the tailor has been standing by since 8 a.m. here at KP. Can you take Charlotte to have it altered as the other mums are doing? Americans don't say mums. So you mother truckers might have opened a can of whoop-ass for yourselves. I suggested you release the real deals and not play cosplay in showing, text messages, like they did in the docuseries, but that you put the real ones up, because she calls her mother or mommy. So she ain't saying other mums. Come on now. Okay, moving on. Kate, no, all the dresses need to be remade. I'm not sure. This is Megan replying. I'm not sure what else to say. If the dress doesn't fit, then please take Charlotte to see AJ. He's been waiting all day. So obviously, this is late in the day, as what Harry had said. And she just replies, fine. Now, out of those text messages, I'm not hearing the snappiness, and maybe I'm biased, but if someone replies and just says, right, which is, okay, I hear you, and as I told you, so there was some other conversation going on. You just taking a little snippet, but again, I'm not believing that she, who was born here in the U.S., even used that term mums. Okay. And here's the witch. I'm being nice, not saying the B word, and her daughter on that day when she had nerve to wear white herself. Okay, I always gave her that it was pale yellow, but now everybody is confirming that it is a white dress coat that she wore weeks after delivering her third child to another woman's wedding of her brother-in-law. Yeah, okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I might not be able to do the comments right now. So I'm going to breeze real quick through the rest of the trash time. So, this was a headline in the Sun. I just saw the thing and was like, woo. Will's lunge at me after Philip's funeral. Now, Harry's mourning his grandfather, as the rest of them should have been also. So why, Will's does all this bullshit? I don't know. He's so angry. Angry bird, aren't you? Mm-hmm. So BP was gearing up. That's why they were asking for copies of these interviews. They were gearing up for this stuff. Buckingham Palace wargamed response to Prince Harry, but worse fears did not come to light. Oh, so what other? But worse fears did not come to light. There was some other stuff, y'all, that may be covered in Spare and may not be. Maybe it's in Spare 2 when either he drops his or Meghan decides to drop hers with all the damn receipts. Here's another angry bird. Prince William burning with anger over Harry's cruel claims, but will not retaliate. Well, you've done it before. Actually, you are doing it by this headline because you're leaking. Fix your leaks. It's like your zipper, it's down and it just keeps running. Okay. Now, here we go. Here's something. Ooh, exclusive. I love how they just exclusive. It's cruel, cowardly, and so sad for William to keep taking the punches. He's the one giving the damn punches. If he wasn't giving out punches, he wouldn't get none back. He really expected Harry to hear that. Okay, for those that don't want to know or haven't seen this, but I'm sure you've heard this already. We heard it in the interview with Oprah that Charles wasn't covering the expenses of Meghan. Now to know that she was paying out of pocket for all her clothes, that there are articles every time she went out. There was an article written detailing every last piece of clothing and how much it costs, as if it was coming out of taxpayers' money. And the palaces never corrected that to say, no, she's not under the expenses. But you hid those numbers, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Y'all are good with duffel bags of money, but we don't have enough for one person. Add it to the family. Okay. Who's pregnant, by the way? So no, we ain't gonna try to starve her. Okay. Yeah, this is just him talking about how he, Space calls him Harold because William the Bastard, defeated Harold. Yeah, whatever. That was a long time ago. Now, you have to be very weak to be upset that the newest member of your family at the time, excluding babies, are going to steal some spotlight from you. Now, the one that's old enough to have the shovel in his hand to be digging his own final spot, he really should be over this. That's what led to some of the issues that Diana spoke about. So they must have had some, as y'all call them, rows. They must have had some rows arguments, as we call them here in the US, over the public wanting to shake hands with her or see her. You ain't no, who can I say? You're not, you're just not good looking to even want. You weren't back then and you sure in the hell ain't now. Okay, I'm just going to move on. Because now, this was from Charles's. I believe this was, somebody did a review on his book way back when he talked bad about his mom and dad. Not being caring and loving and distant and all this other stuff, which then carried on to him because it's only about the crown. I wonder if that's their first pegging experience, him and his heir. It's a good thing that Harry's not an heir. Okay, so Church Nelly, I know you're heated about this one, but people are connecting the dots. So while she was trying to improve her image, there's no telling the deals or the oral exercises she may have done to improve that image. But she did some work and then decided to offer up her stepson's really stepson on the platter. So why people are worried about their what Harry may have inherited so long ago, I don't know, but okay. So the royal family needs to step away from any mental health organization. They need to do it because those organizations aren't going to do it themselves. They just don't want the ramifications and I'm sure the veiled threats and the stuff that we won't see coming at them. But the royal family really should, because this paper had the nerve to print, Prince Harry kidnapped by a cult of psychotherapy. That's real nice when people, especially the last few years, have really been struggling with mental health and trying to maintain a bit of their sanity in a sense. So to make light of it or make a joke, Harry's found his footing, and to hell with you all that, especially over there, that still are trying to drag him back. I don't think y'all really want him to come back. No. But for the favorite person, the con sort, royal suitor, who is a squatty, and recognized journalist, she tweeted out, only last week, Geordie Gregg, close friend of Consort and former editor-in-chief of the DM, was appointed EIC of the Independent editor-in-chief. Today, quote, a source close to the family, end quote, said Prince Harry has been kidnapped by a cult of psychotherapy. Oh, that invisible contract. So for those that are listening, there is a picture of the consort and the new editor-in-chief of the Independent standing and kikiing, and they're close. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, the tangle webs they have weaved that are going to strangle them. Those tangled webs are going to strangle them, because that is some crazy, crazy mess that they have done. So we have noticed, and for years we've been screaming about it, but someone took it upon themselves to put it in a nice visual format. So I wanted to share, and thank you to, the person that put it together as I read the copyright disclaimer, fair use. So the good old playbook that was used on Diana, as we've said, has been used on Meghan. Princess Di's dark side doesn't go get a look in, the shady side of Meghan. So, they had to do the shady. I guess if they said dark, people would have really picked up and been like, what are you talking about? Anyway, Prince Charles cut out friends to meet Princess Diana's inexhaustible demands save marriage. He wasn't thinking about that damn marriage. Even when he walked her, stood up there and said them vows, but, and yeah, the consort was there in white also. Interesting. Anyway, here we go with Lonely Harry. Prince Harry's friends claim he's cut off from pals since marrying Meghan and may no longer have contact. Yeah. Isn't that something? They just, as he said, used the same template, but it doesn't work when it comes down to Meghan. Even when Harry was talking in the after or extended version of the interview with Michael Strahan, and indicated how she had millions upon millions of followers, especially like Instagram, and connected with people. Like she would talk to people and all that. So the palaces trying to say, using the same template they use for other wives and setting the narrative just would not work when it came down to Meghan because people knew her. She was known. Maybe not to them crazies, but then again, we understand that Space was a fan of Suits, a big fan of hers. Okay. Here's another from the old playbook, trying to use it again. Same words. Princess Diana's brutal outburst against royal staff. Get out of my sight. Traumatized. Meghan Markle flew into a rage at PA over the color of blankets and left entire household on the verge of quitting. Princess Diana enjoyed gossiping, creating tension among royal staff members. Meghan Markle leaves royal staff strained with demands and falls out with Kate. Old playbook, using it again. I think they need to burn. That's a book they need to burn. So segueing into this lovely person who, no, I'm not covering up the name. So is there a viral trend going for who can destroy Harold's book in the most spectacular and creative way? Video or photo evidence needed. I wonder what microwaving it would do. That's about the limit of my brain today. You're going to pay money for a book of someone that you dislike just to burn it and get your rocks off? Buy a toy. Go buy a toy, put some batteries in that toy, and then hold it in a certain spot and get your rocks off, versus buying a book, which you're not hurting anyone when you go and destroy it after you bought it, because you can't even return the bitch, okay? Yeah, I said the B word. What's wrong with the folks? What is wrong with these people? Whew, Lord of mercy. What is wrong with them? Let me get into I'm just going to pick a spot in the comments, jump in, and then work my way quickly through and then get off of here because, I can feel it. I feel it coming on. Church Nelly. I'm reading Harry's book, Fuck Witchery of the British Monarchy. It's just unbelievable. Well, there you go, folks. We can't wait to get ours. All right, Marjorie, but why would a 3-year-old cry about a dress being big or long? At 3 years old, kids don't care so much about fitting if dressed naturally. Right. Cosplay's behavior about the dress is why the child cry. Oh, she was probably screaming, ranting, and raving, and how dare. I won't say some of the choice words because I'm just speculating on what she said, but we can only imagine, since they expect curtsying and bowing behind, closed doors. I'm sure she expected Meghan to. She should have sent a curtsy emoji if one exists. Maybe that would have made her feel better. Let's see. Harry may put those other things in the next installment. Yeah, he may put those in those. But wouldn't Meghan, man, she wrote a book. Whew, wow. Gwendolyn, no one gives an ish about Baldy except those racist trolls. Well, I mean, they're just funny because, you just have to laugh. Thank you, One Busy Mom. You just have to laugh. Because 3, she's probably spinning in the dress. She don't care. She thinks it's like a princess dress. Oh, and she's a real princess. So, of course, what does she know? She's going to be in a wedding. She's just like, a dress. It's too big? Okay. I doubt it was falling off. Come on now. Unless you sent the wrong, measurements. Cosplay. We know. I'm sure if you verbally gave the measurements to the tailor, the way you mumble, I'm sure they didn't understand you, but they could not ask you again what you said. Churchill and the British people really need to hold the British monarchy and media accountable. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. That's their taxpayers' money going to that. You know, we have our own crap over here in the U.S., but you know, Lorna, how are you? Just heard that Sky News reports UK report 400,000 copies sold so far this morning, fastest selling book in Canada and the UK. Someone go find the Rhoda with the initials RE and let him know, because he was gloating how there was just one person in queue at some bookstore buying the book. Sir, if they opened at midnight, were you there? But why are they worried about the book? Why are they worried about the book? One busy mama. My goodness, these headlines, yeah. Yeah, the headlines are something else. Joan, Tamara Hall today tried to play off Harry's sibling rivalry talk. A guest doctor informed her that spare treatment could be devastating from Harry as a child's viewpoint. I mean, if you're always told you're just here in case something happens or that you're really not that important, yeah, that can mess with someone's mind. So now when we see images with him with his children and being loving and kind and reading to them, things that weren't done with him except for his mom. Okay. Diane, Chaz was an old man when he married 19-year-old Diane, and Chaz's friend should have been almost dead or retired, so that doesn't even make sense. He was twice her age, though, right? Wasn't he in his late 30s when he married her? Which they had only been, quote, dating, if you want to call it that, for 6 months, I think, before they got engaged. He was under the gun. We all know that. Joseph, it's not trash time, it's garbage time. Ooh, I tell you. Maybe I need to change it to that, but I was trying to be kind. But do they really deserve it? No. Okay. That's my feeling too, Lydia. I hope she's not, but if she is, hey, no problem. I don't have to tune into her show. I don't have to. Whatever. Let's see. Diane, same media hack started off criticizing Meghan for being too American, hugging the staff, and being too regular. Heard the same about Diana. Very old playbook, yes. And Diana came out of the true Aristo Blue Blood line. So if she was hugging staff and being kind and just regular, I mean, just think about it. I love watching the part of the docuseries with the nanny. When she got word that Harry and Meghan wanted to talk to her about taking care of Archie, and she's like, hold on a minute, I have to sit down for this. And then said that she gets there, here's this tall ginger, barefoot, casual, just, she said all formality just whoop gone. And she's like, and here I have bought new shoes and I'm sure new outfits and all, but just to know that wasn't what their home was about. How you see them is how you see them. That's I love that part, because some just like to believe that Meghan's got people around there crawling around. No, that's the other one. That's the other one with a house full of staff. Okay. Lydia, how stupid. These haters are out of control, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Diane, buy multiple copies of books. Cash goes into Harry's account. I just don't get that logic. I mean, I've seen that with sports, people burning the athletes' jerseys. And you bought that jersey, spent that good money, because those authentic NFL jerseys are not cheap. And then you're going to stand around and do a little dance like, oh, I'm burning it? Oh, okay. Just pack it away, sell it, take it to Goodwill, drop it off, do something. You've already spent your money. It's never coming back, especially once you burn it. Black Queen, why are these evil people's family members like their children? They need to be found. Let me tell you. Mm, just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If they've already bought it and paid for it, don't really care what they do with it. But for someone to get their jollies, now mind you, yes, I was a little bit too graphic, I guess. Hey Kevin, thank you for sharing. Yeah, just to get their jollies off of the thought of burning the book or doing whatever with it. Like, okay, if it makes you happy, if it makes you happy. Let me see. I gotta get through this and get back to things. Okay, Lorna. Thanks, Squatty family. You make me laugh. Oh, we have to. Have to. Word up. All right, scrolling back. Let me see. The nanny said she bought some new Clarks for the. And here she meets Harry. He's barefoot. He's like, hey, what's going on? I can only imagine. All of us would have done that because you're thinking, oh my gosh, of course, like you say, protocol. So I'm meeting royals and therefore I'm not going to just show up and be like, hey, yo, man, what's up? Peace, you know? And they're like real chill. They're like, hey, how you doing? The fact that they asked for her, yes, she was a blessing for them. As Megan said, she cared not only for Archie, but for both of them, especially her, when she needed it most. And we already know what happened in South Africa in that nursery, let alone. Now we really want to know, since the night nurse that was fired was a referral from, KP staff member. Yeah, we really want to know. Really want to know. All right, let me see. Thank you, Elaine, for 9 months of. Let me come over here and see if I can see you. Oh, did you say? Oh, no, she didn't. All right. I thought there was a message that I wanted to see. Hello, TMK Media. How are you? Thanks for dropping out of the clouds and saying hi. Let me come back over here. Benjamin, the wedding dress ill fit was not that big of a deal. Listen, alterations happen. Generally, men have to have tuxedos if they're wearing them, or whatever suit that they're having made altered. Brides, their gowns usually have to be altered. Some have to go up, many have to go down. Depends on the stress levels and if you eat or you don't. Even bridesmaids, you get those if you happen to buy them off the rack. A lot of times there is some, if you go down a size thinking, okay, I'll be able to squeeze in, and then you can't, and then don't look a hot mess that day. Just get it altered. Okay. Woo. All right. Midwife, my job here in London had a line for the book in the hospital gift shop. They need to quit trying to play with those. Midwife. You should have taken a picture. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. And thank you, Elaine. Thank you for the super sticker. Here you go. One moment. I always have to get over here. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Thank you again. Thank you. All right. Okay. Lauren, it's difficult to fit a dress to a child since they grow at different stages, even if they are the same age, right? It was not worth talking about all the dresses. No, all the dresses need to be remade. Excuse you. Number one, you shared a dress from a wedding that no one else was to see, but you shared it with your people. But you wouldn't give Megan the names of your people when she was asking you for your people's. She was going to pay out of her pocket. Now, knowing, I'm glad she had her own connections. Ooh, I can't stand any of them. I really can't. I love Mickey. Oh, see, he was 31 when he married Diana. Okay. He was dang near in his mid-30s. Okay, I was right. I knew he was darn near close to being twice her age, right? and had been around the track and the track and the track and the track and the track. Mm-hmm. And the corners and the shady alleys and all that stuff. Yeah, he had been around them. All right, let me get myself together. Let me get about here. Bye, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I got to get going, y'all. I want to hang out. Hey, Anna, how are you? Hope you're good. I haven't seen Cosplay wear her ugly damn petticoat dress. She was kissing ass at QE2 with them then. Yeah, she's now cosplaying the hell out of Megan. It is single white female vibes between her and then the consort. Now, the consort can go con elsewhere. Okay. Hey, Left You, how are you? Let me take a deep breath. I want to thank each and every one of you. I do have to go. I've had a lot of fun. Remember me as you're reading and listening to your books, They're not all of us. Hey, Sis Hilda, I just saw your message come across. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, okay. We get each other if we don't see or greet. That's why I had to say that. So anyway, all right. Enjoy your books. We'll be back on Thursday, of course, talking more about Spare. Whether I have my book or not, I'm going to be talking about Spare because I'm going to be, I'll be an angry bird. What are you talking about? So anyway, for everybody, please take care of yourselves. I'm not even going to say be kind because if somebody needs to get spoken to, correct it, do that. But anyway, wear your mask. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.